Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome to the edition of Agrofrost. Anyways, we got what's going on today. As you can see, I'm kind of back here in the southwest part of the map, still by the Molino here, and we have field 23 is actually ours as well. So we're just going to take a quick little jaunt over there and see what's what with it. Because we haven't seen it yet, I'm just kind of curious as to what it looks like. And yeah, this is the right way. Do a little bit of hill climbing while we're at it. So this is one of the little paths they have around the map that goes up this hill. This is kind of going up to the forestry area a little bit. I don't know, I think this is kind of a really neat little addition to the map, just because it's something simple, but kind of adds a little bit of exploration, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I know, I think it's pretty neat. They did a really good job with this little pathway here. Kind of makes you, I was curious about when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, what's this over here? So this is one of the reasons why we're going back here, but also because we actually own a field way back in here as well. So we're going to take a little trek back there. And I have a feeling this might be a little rough for the combine to get up, but we're going to see. There may be an easier way to get there. I probably could have gone just around the hill. That might have been easy as well. But this is a little bit more fun. So you can see here's like some of the forestry area right here. So if we get a, or, well, I won't, but you could get a buffalo and come in here and mess around in here with this stuff just to see what's what. Let's put a little bit more weight in the front there. Maybe that'll help keep those tires down. So you could come up here with the buffalo. As you can see, there's a forestry area way over there as well. They actually made quite a large forestry area on this map. They made it pretty extensive, so if you want to do some heavy forestry, it's possible as well. Doesn't have to be solely just farming, so that's nice that they added that little feature. Now we should be coming up to field 23. Is that like sand? Oh, that's kind of cool. I really love these little pathways. It's really nifty. Alright, so here is our field. As you can see, it's a fairly large field, and we do own it. As you can see in the bottom left-hand corner there in the map, we own this field, which is pretty slick. Alright, so let's park this guy up here. I don't think any of the other fields are ready. 11 was the other one we had, but that's not ready yet, so we'll leave this guy up here, put the parking brake on because it's on a hill, hop over to this guy and fire him up. And let's just see if there's another way to get around there. Let's try and go around the hill, see if we can. Just see if we can go around the hill up there, so. We should also probably check on our apples. I don't think I haven't progressed time nearly enough for the apples to be ready, but it's definitely possible that we have some more apples this particular time. So I'll have to double check that as well, which is good. It's funny, I'm back to work now, or back to my normal schedule at work, I should say. So I haven't been able to catch up on as much YouTube as I was before, because before when I was on like my Christmas break, I was able to like stay up to date with everybody's YouTube videos. It was crazy. Now I haven't watched nearly as much, which, you know, it happens, so let's go this way. It happens just because, you know, there's only so much time in the day, and sometimes you have time to watch things and sometimes you don't have time. What if we can actually do this? Let's just check. Kind of. I don't know if it's meant to be a path or not, but well, maybe it is. Yeah, so I haven't been able to watch Randy's videos as much as I would like. And that's mainly because I just don't have a whole lot of time. Normally, what happens is if my girlfriend works late, I'll end up watching YouTube or playing some video games, something like that. But the last few days she's been around, so I've been spending time with her instead. Which is kind of more important than watching YouTube. Not gonna lie. Yeah, but it's been kind of funny. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on in some people's series just by some of the pictures there and see what's going on. It's not always possible to figure out what's going on just by doing that, but sometimes you can kind of get a rough idea, or by the titles even sometimes. We're just going to go. We're not going to go up the hill because that was pretty hard for that Ursus, so we're going to go around the hill with this combine. We should be able to get there, and it should be faster, but we're going to see. This might not even be a scenario where you'd want to have a lowboy with Kamaz or something, unless like something like you'd see in spin trucks almost that comes to mind, and go around or go up the hill. But at this particular time, we don't. Actually, I do have Where is it? It doesn't really fit this map, mind you, but I do have this guy, which has like... Oh, it doesn't say here. Does that truck that can... No. But this is the logging truck, and it has like logging style tires on it, so... But I don't think it would work. I don't think it'd work very well on that hill regardless, so... Regardless as to whether it had different tires or not. I don't know. If you actually ever go to the XML of one of these vehicles, they actually have... They actually specify what type of tires they are, and I think that actually plays a role in how much traction you get as well. I watched a little bit. Though I guess the one YouTube video I did watch the other day, I watched TCGG Rob. I watched him a little bit, and I also watched David Oldfield. David Oldfield made a really cool little series on how to make a mod. I haven't gone through all of it yet. Because it's kind of in fairly large chunks, but so from what I've seen so far, it's been pretty darn awesome. He's basically taking you through making the mod in Blender, importing it into Giant's editor, and bringing it into the game. Like, he's gone through the whole process, so it is really, really cool. So if you're curious about how to make a mod, I highly suggest you check out that series, because that is what he has done with that. You do unfold the attacher first. Yeah, it's not unfolded. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I was like, pretty sure it's unfolded. Anyways, this is also wheat over here, so we're gonna go ahead and just harvest this wheat. This is kind of a cool little area because you're on a hill a little bit. So I think this, because it's a modded combine, it actually has the diff locks on it, but normally the in-game combines don't have diff locks, and they don't have four-wheel drive either. So, well, not all of them do. I think some of the modern ones in the future probably will do, but this one obviously does not. So it's kind of different, but it's pretty nice. It's not too bad on the inside. Like, not too bad for 2013, I'll say, but for 2015, both of these mods aren't necessarily the best for that, but still pretty decent. Like, we'll definitely if you compare like this to, let's say, the CR1090, like, this doesn't look nearly as detailed on the inside. Like, it's kind of boxy in there, not really as well polished, I'll say. Okay, let's fire this up. Oh, look at that, works perfectly that time. So yeah, if you're looking to start a mod, definitely check out David Oldfield's series. It is long because he does go through all the steps, but it's really interesting if you're curious about it. Like, I'm curious about making a mod, so I have watched a good chunk of it already. And one of the things I thought was really cool is, like, he just made a little tipper trailer, and I don't think he is like a big Blender person. I don't think, from what I gathered at least. He may be. But from what I gather, he doesn't seem like a very big, like, Blender type person. I don't know for sure, mind you, but that just seems that way. But he still made a pretty cool little actually, I can show you the trailer. I actually downloaded it. He actually posted it on FS-UK, so you could download the trailer. Where is it? This is what he made in his YouTube videos right here. Just a simple little tipper trailer like that. So something, you know, just a small version of maybe one of these sort of idea. Got tires on it. Actually, I could even buy it. I don't know, it doesn't carry what I need it to carry, but I could show you at the very least. So let me just show you. Default color. Why not? Just hire this worker for the time being. And I think it's really cool, so that's why I want to show you guys. There we go. Perfect. And let's hop into this guy right here. And you, sir, are probably not done. I'll take a drive over there. It'll be quicker. So this is I'll show you the mod he made in a second here. So this is the one he actually made in the series itself. So you can see what he did. Oh, we missed a little bit of sugar beets right here. Luckily, I'm driving by. There we go. And this will also give us a chance to check out our apple trees to see if we have apples on it. Looks like we're good for the time being. I didn't expect them to actually get any new apples on them, you know, at this particular time, but it's possible. It's possible. So, alright, so where is the trailer that I have been speaking of? should be just up here. Yeah, so he went through the I remember watching it, like he made it in 3D Blender, which is a 3D design program, and then he shows you like the different parts and shows you how to put a texture on it. It's just a simple texture. He didn't do anything too crazy, but it gives you the basics, and it was pretty cool actually. If you've never seen the whole, like I'm always curious about the whole process, because I don't know much about that side of things. Like I know how to tweak things, but not to say go through the whole process. So this is what he made. As you can see, it's not like nothing too crazy, but it does the basics. Like you can load and unload this trailer. It has the particle effects in the back. Got some nice tires on it. Little simple part there. But yeah, he actually made that in the series. That's really cool. Definitely worth checking out. Like I said, if you are curious about making a mod, definitely check out David Oldfield's How to Make a Mod series. So I might make one myself actually, now that I think about it. It'll be a pretty it'll probably be something pretty simple if I make one, but who knows. My biggest problem would probably be the Blender side of things. Ooh, did a little bit of a wheelie there. There's another one coming up. Maybe we'll do it on that one too. No. My biggest problem is probably the Blender side of things, because I'm not very, I'm not very creative, I guess. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. I'm creative to a certain extent, but not really when it comes to stuff like Blender, I suppose. Not that I couldn't do it. It would also be very time consuming as well. So like, I'll leave that for the time being. Look at the other side. It is very time consuming, so if you don't spend like a lot of time, let's get this guy lined up. There we go. Ooh, you hit a tree apparently. I have no idea why, but apparently you hit a tree. Guess he couldn't turn around. One more reason for me to do the driving and not him. Maybe what happened was he was sliding all over the place. I don't know. That's weird. He shouldn't have had a problem with it, but I guess he did. Yeah, like I was thinking about making... Really? I was thinking about making a tipper trailer, like David Oldfield did, but something along the lines of like an American-style trailer or something like that. But I don't... My problem is, I know I could do it. It's just a question of how good it would look at the end. I'm fairly certain it wouldn't look like, let's say, even that, like that. I don't think I would be able to do something that nice. I would like to be able to do something that nice, but no guarantees. Why did it stop there? That's so strange. That really does not make any sense why it decided to stop at that particular part. I wonder why. It's not full or anything. That's really odd. Oh well. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of. Something like a Wilson trailer or something like that. But in the end, if I made it, I would probably use this because I made it, not because it was actually really good or something like that. But it would be still fun to try. And then I could release the mod, I suppose. But like I said, I don't foresee, if I were to do it, I don't foresee it being like a really, really, really nice mod, unfortunately. Because I am not a very... start dumping. There we go. Or don't start off. What's going on here? Must not be over the... There it goes. Yeah, it just wasn't over the trailer. Yeah, like it wouldn't be very pretty. Like it would probably be a fairly basic trailer, but it would be kind of neat to say, "Hey, I made that." But that's just me. Oops, let's turn around here. I'm pretty sure actually David Oldfield did all the 3D. I don't know. Maybe I can't remember. I'm fairly certain he did. Whoops. I'm fairly certain he did the weight. So maybe. Yeah, maybe he did. Yeah, maybe he's not very. I can't remember. I want to say he's not a 3D design guy, but I'm pretty sure he made that weight, so maybe he is, and I just don't remember. But it's pretty cool. Like I know Craft Farms has asked me, I think it was Craft Farms has asked me about mods more than once in the past, so I know at least he's interested in checking out in making a mod. I know he's making a few maps right now. I think he was I don't know if he still is. I can't remember if he still is, but at one point he was editing Spring Hill Valley. No, I don't want that. At one point he was editing Spring Hill Valley to make it more up his alley. Get it? Spring Hill Valley to make it more up his alley. That was not intentional at all. Yeah, he was editing that to make it more what he wanted. So I think he made the yard a little bit bigger there. So it's a bit more what he was looking for, which is fine. You know, that usually happens. Like I've done it a couple times with, for example, the region of Texas. I've made a couple small little edits to it to adjust it to my particular needs. Like for example, being able to give my cows straw. There is a new version of that particular map coming out, or it's not coming out. It is already out. And as far as I don't know if that straw trigger is fixed or not, but I know for certain that there are cows, beef cows, I think it is, and pigs. I know a couple people left comments saying that, so I'll have to maybe check it out or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But coffee time. It's funny, I went to work the other day. I hadn't even finished my coffee yet. Well, my second coffee, I guess. I hadn't fully finished my coffee, which kind of threw me off. Because normally it's not a big deal to finish my coffee and just, well, finish 2 or 3 cups of coffee before I go to work. But yesterday I didn't. I must have gotten so into talking about farm sim that I just stopped drinking coffee, which is entirely possible, right? Well, for me it's entirely possible. I don't know for you guys, but it's just one of those things where I just happen to forget. There we go. Let's turn around. It's funny. I told Toby Moby that I do this, and to turn it around, I just turn it on and off, and he was like, "You're gonna wear out your rotor, or wear out your I forget what it was, engine. I think it was something like that." Because basically, you're engaging the drive and disengaging the drive, basically, which isn't very good for the engine or anything related to that, as far as I know. But in this game, it just makes your life so much easier rather than, like, for this, I have to have if you look down here, down this bottom right-hand corner, I have to have this combine selected in order to put the pipe out and stuff like that. But in order to raise and lower, if I just wanted to raise and lower, I have to have the reel selected, of course. But it makes it annoying because then you have to keep switching between the two. So, from the comments, seems like a lot of people are enjoying this map, actually. A lot of people like the topography of the map. I think someone actually said a while back, which made me laugh a little bit. A lot of people are saying it. They like the way it looks, I guess. It's cool because I'm really enjoying this map so far. It's a really nice little combination of a few different things, so I'm pretty pleased with it. I like the hills. I like how they have like a combination of things. It's not just all hills or all flat. It's got some hills and some flat spots too. So it's pretty nice in that regards. Where are we here? Just looking for the comments from the previous episode. Here we are. So, some of the comments from the previous episode. Here we go. Imasal says he likes the map. He's looking forward to this one. Yeah, it is a pretty sweet little map. For whatever reason, I really like seeing the mountains around the map. I don't know why, but it's nice to look at. Even though I know it's like just painted, but it looks cool in the distance. Like, could you imagine farming in a scenario like this? You're on a hill, you're looking around, you see mountains around you. I think Norway's actually like this. Maybe Denmark too, I don't know. But I know Norway has a lot of, like, probably smaller fields than this, but it is very, as far as I know, at least mountainous. But, ooh, it does not like that turn. Let's head forward again. Perfect. Greg said he would enjoy, in the one of the last episodes, I think this is episode 2 or something, I was asking about, would you guys like to see some ETS2 on the channel? And Greg says, yeah, he'd like to see some Euro Truck Simulator 2 on the channel, so maybe I'll put an episode or 2 up at some point. I don't know what I'll probably have to try and keep it a short trip, because I end up doing, I have there's a Russian mod map you can get, and it's really fun to drive in and out of Russia on Euro Truck Simulator. It's a really, really long drive, though. It's like, in the game, I think it's like 2,000 or 3,000 kilometers, depending where you're going. So it takes quite a long while to get in and out of Russia, but it's kind of cool because there's lots of interesting stuff in the Russian map mod actually. So lots of funny things. I think last time I was driving around there, I saw like there was a fire, someone's house caught on fire in the map, and there was like police standing around there. It was pretty cool actually. So we'll see what I get around to. Vitalihish, maybe Versailles. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name properly. He asked what map. It's the Agrofrost map. Agrofrost, like so. And it's done by Agrofrost Edition Olivos, whatever that means. Jake says, am I playing on low or medium? Because things look a bit shinier. Right now we're just playing on medium. It might just be some of the... It's probably because they're they haven't gotten dirty yet, and that's probably why they look a bit shinier right now. So we're just playing on medium at the time being. Jake also says that the map's pretty nifty. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. I like how they have this little log cabin up here, and they have, like, you can actually do quite a bit of logging up here, should you choose to. Logging's not my thing, so if you're looking for logging, go to someone else's YouTube channel, I guess. I know Hitman82 likes to do a lot of logging on his series, so there's a good place to check out if you want to see logging specifically. He doesn't do only logging, mind you. He does a little bit of both. Dirt Hammers actually has done quite a bit of logging as well. I think that's primarily due to his map that he made himself. So, and I believe the Grey Gamer is back in town. Well, back to making videos again after some illness, some health issues I think it had. So he's actually playing the same map as Dirt Hammers, but he's taking a different approach to it. So, should be kind of interesting. Kossi says, can you still get the GTX 780 brand new? I'm pretty sure you can. When I was looking for video cards, it was pretty easy to find. I think I could still find 750s, 760s, 780s. I could still find... I think that was I think that was the oldest I could find. I didn't look for anything older than that. Not in GTX series, at least. David Oldfield actually left a comment in one of the last episodes. He says, nice map. Looking forward to seeing more of it, mate. Be cool when you get your man stuff, arrives. Oh, man. He's referring to my computer, of course. When I get my computer and steering wheel and all that jazz, so... Yeah, it will be a lot of fun when that stuff arrives. Still waiting on it. Haven't got an email from the company I went with yet saying, hey, your stuff has arrived. Come pick it up. That would be awesome if I got an email tomorrow saying it arrived. Then I can build it over the weekend and have some fun with it. But knowing... I'm fairly certain it's not going to happen just because... just the way things go. It'd be the best scenario if it did happen that way, but of course it's not going to. Just because that's the best scenario. If it does, hey, I'll be super happy about that, but... I'm fairly certain something else will happen, I'm sure, and I'll get it next week in the middle of the week, and it'll make my life more difficult because then I'll have to try and get there and get back. There we go. But it would be pretty darn awesome if I got it on the weekend. I would probably binge on Euro Truck Simulator with a steering wheel, not gonna lie to you. While this game would be fun to play with a steering wheel, I don't think it would be an integral point of playing the game as much. I don't think so, at least. I think that's primarily just the way I play, though, too. I tend to use quite a few mods and the GPS mod a lot, so I don't necessarily need a steering wheel if I'm using the GPS mod. Although the one thing I was thinking about, I was wondering if when using the GPS mod, does your steering wheel actually turn like it does in real life? So, for example, you see how the steering wheel's turning here. And as I go straight, so I'm going to engage my GPS mod now as I go forward. I wonder if the steering wheel actually does that in real, well, if I get with the G27, is it actually going to turn when you engage the GPS? That is going to be kind of funny to see whether it does something like that or not. Because that's what it looks like in real life. Like the steering wheel kind of has a mind of its own at that point, turns around, stuff like that. So it's pretty funny. What else we got here? David Oldfield also says the weight's the worst part. Yeah, definitely the waiting's the worst part. Although it would be a lot worse if I didn't already have a computer. Like if I didn't have a computer and I was waiting for a computer, that would really, really suck. But I'm not in that situation, luckily, so it's not a big deal. I can still enjoy some video games, internet and all that jazz, without having to worry about not having a computer. Although if it was your first computer or like your gaming laptop and that was what you got for the very first time, then yeah, you would definitely not enjoy the waiting part of it, because then you wouldn't have anything to game with until you got the laptop or the computer or whatever it happens to be. There we go, perfect. So yeah, it's one of those scenarios. Great video, Chris says. I hope you play on it for a while. Yeah, definitely I'll play on this Agrofrost map for a while. I'm not sure how many episodes, but I'm thinking maybe, you know, so far I'm enjoying myself, so maybe 20 episodes. We'll see. 20 episodes is kind of like the minimum. If I play on it more than 20 episodes, usually it's because I really enjoy the map. That's been my experience, at least. Well, let's tire work here for a quick second. Hop into this guy. Let's just make our lives a bit easier here and move this guy closer. And not on that ridiculous hill there. There we go. And parking brake, turn it off, hop back in. There we go, perfect. Yeah, so we'll see how long I play on this map, but it is pretty slick. I do like it. Boomerang says, I really like this map. Please continue doing more farming here. I think I can arrange that. I don't know what episode this is going to be. I think it's like episode 6 or 7. I don't know. I very rarely keep track of which episode's which. I just record them. It's funny though, if I think about it, I think Direwolf 20 always says the episode at the starting of the episode. It's like, welcome to episode 29 or 26, whatever it happens to be. But I've never got in. I never did that. I don't know why. I tried to, but I forget, because what I'll tend to do is I'll record the episode in advance and upload it. So I don't know where it falls into the line of episodes, and that's because I record in advance, I guess. I don't know. I am not sure about that. Alright, so I think we'll stop the episode there for now. What does that sign say? Oops, didn't want to hire a worker. I wanted to turn the engine off. Let's go check to see what that sign says quickly. Ah, moose. It's a moose crossing, apparently. I'm gonna save my game just because I had an issue once when I walked up here, so in order not to lose all the progress and moving those vehicles back up here. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is like the forestry area. Apparently there are moose in the area though. That'd be cool if they found like a placeable moose or something. That'd be kind of cool. And there's a log cabin up there. Nice. As you can see, there's quite a lot of detail in this forestry area, if you ask me. Like a lot more than you would expect, which is kind of cool actually. Especially if you're into the forestry thing. I just like looking around. I don't want to actually do the forestry side of things, but it is pretty cool just to look around. I have a nice little road up here. Come up to a cabin in the woods. Sweet. There's a sign that's fallen over apparently. So there you go. That's what it looks like from above. Let's get onto this little rock over here. Give us a nice little point of view. Nice. Cool. Huh. Anyways, folks, my name's Iain Robson. It's been Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from Agrofrost. Catch you guys later.